Sheril Naicker is an IT specialist and has been in the corporate space for more than 20 years, helping enterprise customers to use technology to gain a competitive edge and digitally transform their businesses. She's also a property investor and has a passion for empowerment and education initiatives across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheril Naicker and Dare to Dream.
Have you ever considered taking a life-changing risk, all in the hope of a dream for a better future, leaving your family, your friends, and the only place you know? In the late 1800s, the British brought nearly 200,000 Indians as indentured laborers for a small wage in exchange for free voyage into South Africa. In 1892, my great-grandfather was sold as a slave to a sugarcane farmer in the north coast of Durban. My grandparents were vegetable farmers doing their best to make a living and feed their families. Life was tough, and so my dad left school for factory work. My mom loved designing and sewing clothes, but being the eldest child, she had to leave school to support her family. I was born during apartheid in the segregated township of Chatsworth, outside of Durban, away from places of mainstream employment. I am South African and third-generation Indian. My dad worked in a shoe factory and leased a piece of land with what he could afford in a rural area near Chatsworth, and that's where we built and settled down. Life was simple. Or was it? As a child, I was repetitively called stupid, an idiot, and told that I was good for nothing. What hurt the most was this was coming from people I looked up to and respected. And over time, I started to believe. At an early age, I discovered a love for music. I learned how to read and write music and play the recorder. I even learned how to play the flute and went on to represent my school. Getting to high school in the city, despite teachers seeing the potential and offering me piano, I didn't believe in myself. This was reinforced by the constant bullying as I was an outsider that led to me exiting the class. In 1991, in the boom of the computing revolution, again, my school offered me computers. But on seeing the same bullies 2 years later, I chose to leave that class. Life-changing opportunities that I gave up, all because I just did not believe. At some point in my childhood, I promised myself that I would never be poor as an adult. At 12 years old, I started doing the budget for my family, accounting for every cent. I took it very seriously. I watched my parents make ends meet, and I learned how to be resourceful. Finishing school, my parents couldn't find work for me, and so I made the well-trodden trek to Johannesburg, where I walked the streets of Joburg Central with my 2-page stretch CV looking for work. Weeks later, I landed an admin job. My granny always said, study nicely and take care of your job. Study nicely translated into me signing up for a BCom degree, and I haven't stopped learning to date. Perseverance, together with allies, and those gifts given to me by my semi-skilled family equipped me to progress. I started dreaming again. I set goals and executed them to the best of my abilities. I backpacked alone in the UK in my 20s. I went for a working holiday and I traveled. I bought multiple investment properties by the age of 30 and went for piano and other lessons and bought my very own piano, things I never imagined possible. For someone who thought she couldn't do computers, I've been in IT for more than 20 years. I've worked for large multinational IT vendors and have many technical certifications. Today, I'm happily married and blessed with 2 sons. My children go to elite schools, and I still have a vision for property. Even with these significant accomplishments, I still felt like I was hitting glass ceilings and not reaching my true potential. I wanted more, and I still do. It was when I started telling my children the same words spoken to me that I realized I needed help. Deep down, I still believed that I was not good enough. It was ingrained in my mind and tainting my worldview. I was living from a place of fear, and I wanted to set me free. Since then, with self-discovery and personal development, I continue to break glass ceilings. I'm currently completing my second MBA. I'm a neurolinguistics practitioner and an international career coach. And it has become a dream to support empowerment in education initiatives, as these are areas I didn't have access to as a child. I believe the best is yet to come. From being the disadvantaged child that didn't even understand the word dream, from being the child who held the belief that she was good for nothing, I was given a small opportunity to dream, and that dream today has become the reality of my life. I believe that you too can dream and believe to change the narrative for you and your families so that your dreams can become the reality of your lives. Connect with me on Facebook if you dare to dream. I'm Sheril Naicker, and thank you for listening to me.